So I hope mlipata the video for the other class. It was not that good, but it will help you at some point. So we are starting with non-current assets. We'll start with non-current assets. We are talking about, we are in assets. So remember, we need to talk about all the assets. Kimaliza all the assets, now we can talk about the liabilities. So that this topic tutamaliza. So tumeanza na non-current assets. And then what we are interested in is the depreciations. So someone to text in the group, waambie tunaanza, so that wasimiss this important stuff. So open your before you open your first paper, let us come up with this schedule that we shall be using. So here I have it. So non-current asset movement schedule. So non-current assets. Non-current assets. Movement schedule. Now non-current assets movement schedule. So what is this non-current asset movement schedule? Now it is a schedule that is prepared. It is a schedule. It's a schedule that is prepared. That is prepared. It's a schedule that is prepared to show movement of non-current assets. To show movements of non-current assets. Of non-current assets. So it's a schedule that is prepared to show the movement of non-current assets from the start to the end of financial year. From the start to the end of the financial year. From the start to the end. The end of financial year. So when we talk about the non-current assets movement schedule, it's a schedule that shows the movement of non-current assets from the start to the end. We can give a format. So we can say Verir. Let me use Verir because I can see the name there. Verir Ltd. So Verir Ltd. Non-current asset movement schedule. Non-current assets movement schedule. Movement schedule. So tunasema Verir Ltd. Non-current assets movement schedule for the period, for the year end. How about for the period? Let's go with for the period. For the period, let us assume it is period XXX. Let us assume it's period XXX. So we have, for example, our land. So we have details. Am I yes? Go with details. Go with the details. Details. Now we can talk about building. Building. Let's say land and building. Land and building. Land and building. Plant and machinery. Land and machinery. Plant and machinery. Machinery. We have a motor vehicle. Motor vehicle. We have fixtures and fitting. And fitting. And then the totals. So this is the format. That is the format. You need to know this format. That is the format. So now we start number one, balance carried down. Balance brought down, I mean, sorry. Remember it is at cost. So the balance is always on cost. So the information that you put here is always on cost. The balance brought down is on cost. So unaweka ya land or the building, machinery, motor vehicle, fittings, then you add the total. So this one plus this one plus this one plus this one, you get the total. That's number one. So you start with the balance brought down. Now the balance brought down, you insert the cost of that item. Then you do what we call additions. Addition. Also additions on cost. So remember, you put on the cost, the figure in cost. So for example, if they acquired a land, unaweka hapo during the year. Unapata there's a year, they purchased a new motor vehicle, they purchased a new land, they purchased a new item. So you put the amount. You put the amount in cost. So those additions. Then you can find that they did a disposal, they sold an asset, disposal, also on cost. Disposal. Ukiingia tafadhali una nini? Una mute. Just a moment. So they make a spotlight for everyone. So tunasema disposal. Now, if they dispose, for example, they dispose a land, you less because they sold a land or a plant or a motor vehicle. So kama waliuza, unaweka hapo. Now, revaluations, if there was any revaluations, and mostly the revaluation is on land only. You find that we have revaluation on land. So the rest they depreciate. So we have only revaluation on land. So the rest of the items, they do not revaluate. We have reclassification. You can have also reclassification. Now, reclassification is where you classify an item. For example, an item was classified as, for example, let's say there was an item which was classified as plant and machinery. Then you decide to reclassify this item now as motor vehicle. So you stop classifying that a particular machine from plant and machinery as a plant and machinery. You change it to motor vehicle. You reclassify. For example, ulikuwa na 100,000 plant and machinery PPE. So ulikuwa na 100,000 PPE, but out of this 100,000, 20,000 ukasema this 20,000 is not supposed to be under PPE. It's supposed to be under motor vehicle. So you reclassify this one again, then you transfer it to motor vehicle. Now, once you transfer it to motor vehicle, that's what we call reclassification. So you remove it from plant and machinery, then you put it in motor vehicle. If there was any classification, the amount here is always 0. Reason why it comes out, so minus na minus. So this one was 20,000, ukaitoa ukaipeleka kwa motor vehicle. So hapo imetoka 20,000, hapo imeingia 20,000. So that's called reclassification. That is what we call reclassification. Now, once you get this figure, you can find the balance carried down. Balance carried down. Balance carried down. Balance carried down. And you can name it A. I want to show you something. Name it A. Call it A. So balance carried down, you add everything together. You add everything together. You add everything together. You add everything together. You get the total. That's number one. So you get the balance carried down. You get the balance carried down. Then accumulated depreciation, we put it here. Depreciation. Accumulated depreciation. So this one is balance brought down. Balance brought down. Naiweka hapo. Accumulated depreciation. And the total. So accumulated depreciation. This one means accumulated depreciation. Accumulated depreciation. So accumulated. So AC, let me show you somewhere. Is this one means accumulated depreciation. So that one means accumulated depreciation. That one means so kindly ukiingia una mute tafadhali. Net itasumbua. So tafadhali ukiingia tu una mute. Mwikari. Sasa mkifanya hivyo jameni, utaweza kusoma. Can you see my board? So accumulated depreciation. So AC, this one means accumulated depreciation. Accumulated depreciation. That one means accumulated depreciation. Accumulated depreciation. Now, once we have managed to put the accumulated depreciation down, we can add other thing. So after accumulated depreciation, we can go to depreciation charge for the year. Depreciation charge for the year. Depreciation charge. depreciation charge for the year. So we write it down as depreciation charge for the year. So depreciation charge for the year, unaweka hapo. Depreciation charge for the year. Depreciation charge for the year. So depreciation charge for the year. So once you have the depreciation charge for the year, accumulated depreciation for disposal. Accumulated depreciation for disposal. This one you less. Accumulated depreciation for disposal. Accumulated depreciation for disposal. Then you shall get your figure there. Then balance carried down. So balance. So this is supposed to be balance now. Tulianzia hapa tulianzia balance brought down, so tunamalizia na balance. Balance carried down. How do you get the balance carried down? This one we call it B. We call it B. We call it boy. We call it boy. So balance carried down unachukua. So you add. So now add these ones. So you add these items. So balance brought down plus division charge for the year minus the accumulated depreciation for the disposal. You less. You get this item. Get this item. Then ya mwisho, you can get now the net book value. Net book value as the last item. Net book value. Now our net book value is equal to A minus B. A, this one, minus this one. So A minus B. So A minus B. So kisha utapata hapo chini. Shall get it hapo chini. That's good. Now that one marks the end of our schedule. Now we can go to the question for December, August 2024.
Tumbo.
Ai bana, mkingia una mute nani huyo? Nani huyo bana? So that is our schedule. That is how our schedule looks like. So in an exam, if they tell you to prepare the non-schedule, non-current asset movement schedule, this is the format. That will be the format. Let's go to our past paper now. So when you amefika, write it down. We are going to use that format. You can screenshot also so that you don't miss it. So let us go to our past paper. Let's go to our past paper. So I shared the past paper with you. Let me share it again. Let me share it again. See kama nitaipata. Just a moment. And make sure you have this past paper. Sababu. Make sure you have this past paper. So do you have the past papers? So ndio nimetuma kwa group. Open it. Kwani hujakuja? So nimetuma kwa group. Someone are ready for us the question for August. Nara tusomea. That is on page. The question is for August 2024, question number 5. August 2024, question number 5. Question number 5. That's on page 10. Open page 10. So August 2024, question number 5C. August 2024, question number 5C. So August 2024, question number 5C. August 2024. August 2024. August 2024. Nara tusomea. Very kusomea leo. Very. So allow me to just move this one a bit hapo. For now ikae hapo so that we can find some part ya calculate depreciation. Now, who read for us? Hakuna anajitolea. Very. Okay, very amesema asomi. Who else? Rafael. Yes, ya daraja.
The following information relates to the non-current assets of Raja LD as assets in property 70,000 at cost. If related hakuna. Plant and machinery 52,500. Accumulated 20,000 office equipment 10,500. Related depreciation 5,110. Vehicles 31,000 at cost 31,000. Accumulated depreciation 18,200. The following
Rafael amekatika. Kama tuwe Linda, naona ume unmute. Linda, read the question. Naona Rafael amekwama. So Linda, do it for us. Linda. Okay, let me just read the question now. So, mute. Rafael, mute. Rafael, mute. Let me read the question. So the following information relates to the non-current assets of Daraja Ltd as past April 2023. So you have the non-current assets with their cost and the accumulated depreciation. You can see we have the cost there. Now we need to change this statement of ours. So let us change this one before we proceed. Now we said that when we prepare this statement, all the information should be presented in form of cost. It should be presented in form of cost. Now we have the cost there, and we have the 4 items. We have the freehold property. So we shall start with that one. Let us change that one first. Let us change these items hapa juu. So mimi nitachange tu hapa, nyinyi mtakuja na new item, but for me I'll just change here because that will be easiest. Apple. So the format will remain the same. I just want to change these items. So let us change the items. Gani inaanza hapo juu? The first one, which PP? So which PP ndio inaanza? Aya. Mimi nikaa nimemaliza sasa ni kuweka sasa figures. The good thing is na hii swali it is free 10 marks. This one is free 10 marks. So we start with the number one. From the question as I can see, we have the freehold property. Freehold property. Freehold property. Number one. Freehold property. Property. We put it in thousand because the question is in thousand. We put it in thousand. So we change hapa Daraja Ltd. Never change here Daraja. Daraja Ltd na nikale schedule. For what? For the year ended at 1st March. You say for the year ended. For the year ended. Ended 31st March 2023. So the year ended 31st March 2024, not 2023. So what is the cost of the freehold? So another are the cost. So the cost the balance broke down. The balance broke down is the cost which is the question 70,000. So can you see the 70,000? We put it in form of cost, as I said. Now, but next we have plant and machinery. Plant and machinery. What is the cost for plant and machinery? It is 52,500. 52 500. 52,500. I hope you can see it clearly. 52,500. Office equipment is our next figure. Office equipment. How much is the office equipment from the question? Office equipment ni ngapi? Office equipment ni 10,500. 10,500. Then after office equipment, we have motor vehicle. Motor vehicle. Motor vehicle, you can see that motor vehicle is 31,500. 31,500. Then the total, find the total. So sina calculator, someone to calculate for me the total. What's the total? Mikari, give me the total. Mikari, give me the total. Mikari. Anasema 94,500. 94,500. I don't know if that's correct. Now, let's go to information number 1. Do you have any additions? Yes, you have additions. Information number 1. The foreign and current assets were acquired during the year. Number 1, we have machinery. So machinery, we have machinery of how much? Cost, you take the cost 7,000. So machinery, we have an addition of 7,000. We also have another addition that was motor vehicle. Motor vehicle, 4,200. Those are the items that were acquired during the year. The rest we don't have. Find the total. Find the total. What will be the total figure? Total figure. Total figure. Changamke haraka. 7 plus 4.2. Yes. 11,200. Thanks, Hannah. Now, what about disposal? Disposal is information number 2. That's really information number 2. Remember, we need to consider the dates, but for now, we shall consider the dates when we'll be doing depreciation. So we shall consider the date when we do depreciation, but for cost, we take it the way it is, regardless of when the asset was acquired, whether it was acquired at the beginning or at the end, you take the cost. Now, what about disposal? The following can assets were disposed during the year. Number 1, machinery. Now we take the cost. I said you take the cost. So freehold, we don't have freehold. Did not acquire freehold, but I can see they acquired machinery on 1st April 2023 of 6,300. You take the cost, as I said, you take the cost. Office equipment, they also acquired, they also disposed, this one you less. So they also acquired an office equipment of 560. So 560. And also they also dispose an asset of a motor vehicle of that 500. So they also dispose this one at 500. So what is the total? Add them 63 plus 560 plus 35. What will be the total? What will be the total? So mfanye haraka juu sina calculator. Changamke.
Ten 360.
10,360. 10,360. That's correct.
Yes.
Sawa. We move on. Do you have revaluations? Now, I told you in this case you cannot find revaluation. So revaluation, you just put a dash. This one you cannot find revaluation. Now reclassification, there was no any reclassification. There was no any reclassification. So there was no any reclassification. Now find the total. No, this one. So 70 plus dash plus dash plus dash. Itakuwa ngapi? When you add them together, itakuwa ni 70,000. So you add the total to this one. So this one, if you add them, itakuwa ni 70,000. What about this one? What about this one? 52,500 plus 7,000 plus minus 6,300. What is the value? Changamke haraka jamini.
53,200.
53,200. Next. Next. Right, next.
9940.
9940. Next. Next.
Thirty-two 200.
Total. So 70,000 plus 53,200 plus 9940 plus 32,200. Total inakupea ngapi? Total.
$165 340.
Inafaa ikuwe the same pia ukiadd hapa. So if you add hiyo inakupatia pia the same. Hiyo ni mnadanganya. Ile haiwezi fika 165. Kuna mahali umekosea. Ukichukua
Pale
94
pa balance breakdown.
Balance below down at costs totals 164k.
164,000.
Yeah.
Yes.
So everything that you record them at cost. So remember, everything that you record them at cost. Now, let's go to accumulated depreciation. Do you have accumulated depreciation in the question? So yes, we have it. Pale juu number 1, information before number 1. Ukienda pale juu, freehold property, the cost of 70,000. Accumulated depreciation hakuna. Can you see it there? We don't have accumulated depreciation. Can you see it for this one?
Umehang, angalia net.
So, what about accumulated depreciation for plant and machinery? How much is it? Accumulated depreciation for plant and machinery, because for this one hakuna. Kwa swali pale juu. Yes. Ngapi? Hey. Kwa swali, what's the accumulated depreciation?
To that.
Ngapi? Repeat.
20,230.
Correct. 30,000 into that. Aya, to the next. Office equipment 5110. Is that correct? Then motor vehicle 18,100 total. Add the total. Add the total.
10 ama 18,200.
That one is 18,200 from the question. 18,200. Haionekani? Nakuja ngapi?
33,320.
33. Now this one need a working. So this one need a working. We put a star. We shall do a working. So you know nifanya working. So before nifanya working ya hii, let's go to accumulated. Actually zote zinahitaji working. Actually zote they require a working. But let us see first if we have accumulated depreciation for disposal. Let's go to disposal. We see if we have accumulated depreciation. Kama hakuna, we need a working. Now, information number 2 under disposal. Do you have accumulated depreciation when you are disposing? Yes. Do you have accumulated depreciation for disposal?
Yes.
Information number 2. Do you have?
Yes, we have.
So what's for freehold property? For freehold property ni ngapi? Ngoja mniambie bwana. Freehold property. Accumulated depreciation pale hakuna. We don't have. What about for plant and machinery? Machinery?
700.
So be less, 700. What about for office equipment?
140.
140. What about for motor vehicle?
350.
350. Now we need a working for depreciation charge for the year. So this one is the depreciation charge for the year. So we need a working. Let us do this working for depreciation charge. So we started with number 1, freehold. Freehold, there was no tax, there was no rate. Let us read the question part chini. Information number 4. On 1st April, the management of the Raja decided to depreciate the freehold property at a rate of 2.5. Now, was it depreciated? Remember, this information is for the year end, that 1st March 2024. And remember this one is first April. Wanaongelea. So on first April, 2023. Na hii inaisha where is it? Non-current assets. I think that one requires a working. That one would require a work. That one would require a working for freehold. Freehold, let me see. Okay, before we do for freehold, let us do the rest. Kwanza, let us do for plant and machinery. Plant and machinery. And remember, when you calculate depreciation, you need to consider timing. When you calculate depreciation, remember, you need to consider timing. When was that asset disposed or acquired? Now let us start. Number one, the rate is 20%. So we know that the rate is 20%. Remember, it's on straight-line basis. Remember, it's on straight-line basis. Now, it will be 20% on cost. Remember, this machine started operating at what? At what time? 1st April. Remember, it started operating at 1st April. Remember, it started operating at the beginning of the year. So 1st April is the beginning of the year. Remember, the year end 31st March. Now, between April to March, is it 12 months? April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. Is it 12 months? From 1st April to 31st March? Yes? So remember this one, unaweka data hapa, ikuwe rahisi. This one is remember this balance cost is at 1st April 2023. 2023. And this one is 31st March. 31st March 2023. So this one is at the end of the, so the balance portion is at the beginning, the balance carry down is at the end. So hii ni wakati tuko tunaanza mwaka. So mwaka inaanza April, inaisha March. So April tarehe moja ndio mwaka inaanza for this company. Inaisha mwezi wa tatu, 31st March mwezi wa tatu 2020, itakuwa 2024. This is supposed to be 2024. Not 2023. Hivyo 2024. So inaanza April 2023, inaisha March 2024. Then sasa inaanza tena another new year inaanza on 1st April, then mpaka 2025. Hivyo hivyo kutonga. Now, this item was there at the beginning of the year, 70,000. 70,000. So it was there at the beginning of the year. Now, you need to consider, was there any items that were acquired during the year? For this item, the plant and machinery, yes. We have a machinery. Look at this machinery. When was it acquired? This machinery was acquired at 1st April 2023, meaning it was acquired at the beginning of the year. So ilianza mwaka ikianza. So kama mwaka ilianza unaweka venye iko 77,000. Now the question is, what about the other one? Disposal. Let us see if there was a disposal of this machinery. Now, if we go to disposal, we can see there was a disposal of plant and machinery on 1st April 2023, same day. So walinunua this one same day, na wakauza the other one same day. So during the same day unaweka venye iko at the beginning of the year. So meaning it was there throughout the year. So meaning it was there throughout the year. So we don't, so hapa hii ina shida because it was from the beginning to the end. From the beginning to the end. So in that case, you can find the depreciation. So what's that depreciation? What would be the depreciation?
14,700.
Yes?
14,700.
Sorry. This one is not supposed to be. That is machinery, not 70,000 is freehold. Machinery is 52,500. Nakuja ngapi? Supposed to be 52,500. The cost. So it's a cost, una add any addition, na any disposal. No, now consider the date. Now, this one, all the dates were there from the beginning to the end. So that's why you make a direct. So but kama ilikuwa imenunuliwa katikati ya mwaka hapo in between hapo katikati. So between April and March hapo katikati. So maybe May, June, July, August, September hapo katikati tumeconsider the date. But because ilikuwa zote at the beginning of the year. Kama hii kampuni mwaka inaisha that first March. Mwaka inaanza first April. So first April ni kumaanisha ni mwaka inaanza. So this were all these items were there from the start. So depreciation will be there throughout the year. So what's the depreciation? Depreciation ni ngapi?
11,200.
Yes?
11,200.
11?
200.
11,200. Okay. Now, let me see. Let me see something else. Just a moment. Now, what was the depreciation from? Okay, this one is at the year end. At the year end, this one was disposed at which period? Let me see. The first one was acquired on 1st April. First, where is it? Ngoja kidogo tu kidogo. Where is it? So 52,500. Okay. Suppose. This is another machinery that was disposed at the same date. 63. Let me find a calculator. There's something I'm going to confirm nione kama itaingiana. Just a moment. Kwa hiyo nimeenda kutafuta calculator na kama nimekosa. Oh, iko hapa. So nilikuwa nasema we are calculating depreciation for that period. And so we need to consider the timing of that motor vehicle. So nasema hivi. So initially, or we can do this, or we can do this. Ungefanya kando kando. Or we can decide and do this. When kama we can do this, we say tunasema so the machinery itself 20% 20% of 52,500 kuja ngapi? So we go to 0.2 times 52,500. Itakuwa ni 10,500. 10,500. Now this one is the depreciation for that year. But remember during that year, they acquired some another assets. There's another asset they acquired. An asset of how much? 7,000. Now this asset also during that year it was depreciated 7,000. So that will be equal to 500. But remember, they dispose a particular asset. They dispose a particular asset. there's another asset that they dispose. Now that asset or disposed had a cost of so machinery. Yeah, 6,300. So 20% of 6,300. There are 6 total units. Kwa sababu hiyo mwaka this machine will not depreciate kwa sababu iliuzwa. So haifai kukua depreciation yake haifai kukua. So that's 10,500 plus 1,400 minus answer. So 10,640. So this is the depreciation charge 10,640. Unakuja unaweka hapo. This one is the depreciation 10,640. Uko sawa hadi hapo watu wangu? 10,640.
No,
Au
no,
ukia-
no. Teacher, no, teacher, mimi nimechanganyikiwa.
Wapi?
No.
Wapi hujaelewa? Nirudie.
Hebu rudia tena.
Na- Nasema unaona wakati tunacalculate depreciation, you need to consider the time when the asset was acquired. Was it acquired at the beginning of the year or at the end of the year? Now with our statement ukiangalia statement yetu 31st March 2024. Remember our statement inaisha. This one is very, very important. This one is very, very important. Your year end. Now look at our year end from the statement. Our year end inaisha 31st March 2024. Kumaanisha inaanza wakati gani? When does it start? When does it start? Now, ni kama useme hivi. Let me give you an example. Angalia, look at this one. Our year ina end 31st, for example, 31st December 2024. Kumaanisha mwaka wetu inaanza wakati gani? So kama mwaka wetu inaisha 31st December 2024, mwaka wetu itaanza huyo mwenye amesema nini? Kwa huyo mwenye amesema turudie na muuliza swali ajibu. Mwaka wetu inaisha 31st December 2024. Inaanza mwaka nini? Mwaka wetu next itaanza wakati gani?
1st of January.
Yes, 1st of January. That is correct. So mwaka wetu itaanza 1st of January 2025. Now nataka niulize hapa. So mwaka wetu according to the statement pale PPE, mwaka wetu inaisha 31st March 2024. Kumaanisha inaisha 31st March. Itaanza wakati gani? Yes,
1st of April.
1st of April. 1st of April. So hiyo mwaka ingine inaanza 1st of April 2025. Kumaanisha 2023 mwaka ilikuwa inaanza, so 2023. What will be our first date? Hii hapa na nikwambikia hapa. 1st April 2023 ndio mwaka inaanza according to our statement. According to this statement inaisha 31st March 2024. So according to this statement mwaka inaanza 1st April 2024 na inaisha 31st March. Now unakuja sasa unajiuliza easy assets. Now the first one 52,500 ilikuwa there, the cost was there as from which date? Unakuja kwa information yetu pale kwa nini swali yetu. Now if I go to the swali acha niuoneshe so that msishangae. Na ukija kwa swali yetu, let's go to back to our question pale juu. Look at this statement. The following information relates to the non-current asset of the garage as at 31st April 2023. That is very, very important. As at 31st April 2023. Remember mwaka wetu kulingana na tumeprepare statement, tunajua mwaka wetu inaanza 1st April. Kumaanisha hii asset yetu imekuwa from 1st April mpaka mwisho kwa sababu ilikuwa 5500. So ndio tunasema itakuwa 20% times 5500 times, acha niwapatie kitu rahisi. So it was there throughout the year. How many months of the year? How many months do you have in a year?
12.
So kama unaona ni useme times 12/12. It was there throughout the year. So 12/12 ilitumika the whole year. Haikuuzwa. So hiyo 2500 tunajua ilikuwa the whole year. So unasema 0.2 times 52,500 times 12 over 12. Unasema ni ngapi? 10,500. Unakuja next. There was an addition. Unajiuliza hiyo addition ilifanyika wakati gani? Did it happen at the beginning of the year? Turudi kwa swali yetu. Let's go back to our swali. So turudi kwa swali, tunaona clearly that there was an addition the year hapa. You can see the machinery was acquired also at the beginning of the year, meaning hii machine wali acquire mwaka ikianza. So it was there throughout the year. So una times na 12 over 12 because it was used throughout the year. Mwaka mzima 12 over 12. So unaweka hivyo. So it was also used throughout the year 12 over 12. So what is the depreciation? 0.2 times 7,000 times 12 over 12. So this one is 1,400. And then ya mwisho, there was a disposal. Now, when was this disposal done? Disposal alifanya wakati gani? Now, ukienda kwa swali, you can see that the disposal was disposed for machinery also at the beginning of the year, 6,300. So it ilikuwa throughout the year. So ilikuwa also throughout the year. Nikifanya swali lingine utaelewa vizuri. So 0.2 times 6,300 times 12 over 12 because it was there throughout the year. So you less 1260. Now, what will be the depreciation now? Itakuwa ni 10,500 plus 1,400 minus answer. So 10,640. That is number 1. Umeelewa hiyo? 10,640. Aya, tuende kwa ingine. Let's go to the next machinery, the motor vehicle. So nataka kuvuta hapa, so kama hujaandika screenshot. So kwa motor vehicle, we have the cost. The cost was there throughout the year, 10,500. Now, but we had a disposal. Now, this disposal was done at which time? That's the most important thing. So unakuja kwa swali yako unaangalia disposal. When did the disposal occur? Now, the disposal occurred in 1st July. The disposal occurred in 1st July. The disposal occurred in 1st July. Let me share the screen. I want to show you. So look at this disposal. Now, there was no the office equipment was not acquired. You can see there information about the office equipment was not acquired, but it was disposed. Here you can see in 1st July. This one you can see it here. On 1st July 2023, an office equipment was sold at 448 at a cost of what? At a cost of 560. That one is very, 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 very important. That one is very, very important. So let me do the working for that one. So mark the date. 1st July. Mark the date. Let me niweke mahali. So 1st July. They were acquired at a cost of how much? At a cost of 560. So 1st July 2023. I want to show you something. Now allow me to wrap the board for depreciation. This depreciation for machinery. So kama uja screenshot kindly. Ama uandike chini. Now allow me to wrap this one. So let's do for machinery. Not machine, office equipment. Office. Office equipment. Now, remember our year start at 1st April. 1st April 2023. Inaisha 31st March 2024. Now, let us start with the calculating the depreciation for the first year. Now, the first year, what are the depreciation rates? Now, the depreciation rate for office equipment is 15%. That one is 15%. Are you okay with that one? 15%? Is it 15%? Sawa.
Yes.
Tunasema 15% times. Now, the cost ni ngapi? Ndio hapa. Hapa ndio hapa. So 10,500. 10,500. Now, it was there throughout the year, 12 over 12. So that one tukianza nayo, it was there throughout. the year, throughout the year, itakuwa ni ngapi? So 0.15 times 10,500. So 1575. Now there was no so for acquisition there was no any. So we go direct to disposal. Now the disposal of machine at which cost? So what's the cost of that machine that was disposed? So atuambia on 1st July 2023. So on 1st July, so hapa katikati. On 1st July 2023, there was a disposal of machine at which cost 560. So 15% of 560. Now unajiuliza, this machine was used for how long? Now before auze, hii machine ilitumika kwa muda kiasi gani? From 1st April to 1st July. How many months are there? How many months are there?
4 months.
So it was only used for 4 months. So we only account for only 4/12 that was used. Is that all correct? Is that all correct?
3 months.
Yes, the 3 months. Ona April yenyewe, so we have April, May and June. Kwa sababu July haikutumika. July ndio inaanza mwezi inaanza, waliuza 1st July. So July haikutumika. So itumika April, from 1st April yote, April, May and June. And then wakoza 1st July. So 1st July it is not haikutumika, so itumika for only 3 months. So suppose wewe 3 months. So July haikutumika wewe. July waliuza July ikianza. So July yote hiyo asset haikuwa. So you cannot count that one. So itakuwa 0.15 times 560 times 3/12. So 0.15 times itakuwa 21. So you add them together. So because you did ilitumika was 21. So 1596. 1596.
Yes.
So hapa ni 1596. I think that one is okay. So 0.15 times 560 times 3/1. Yes, 1596 is supposed to be.
Excuse me. So you're supposed to deduct.
Yes.
You're supposed to deduct this 21 for dispose.
What are we deduct?
It's disposal.
Ilikuwa ona it was disposed on 1st July, sivyo? Yes. Yes, when was it? It was dispersed on 1st July. Now between 1st April to 1st July, ilikuwa inatumika ama ilikuwa inatumika? Eh? Ilikuwa inatumika ama ilikuwa inatumika?
Inatumika.
Ilikuwa inatumika, so that depreciation was incurred. Sasa tume-add. Sasa tunai-add the depreciation that ilitumika. So after hapo, so kutoka kwenda mbele, this asset haitakuwa. So kutoka hapo, this asset will not be there. So kutoka hapo kwenda mbele, that asset will not be there. So from 1st July kwenda mbele, instead now we can less the disposal. Now we can less the disposal of this item. Kwa sawa?
Nimepotea hapo.
Yes?
Nimepotea
Umepotea wapi?
hapo mahali una count kutoka 1st July mpaka hiyo 31st March. Kwa hiyo hapo nimepotea.
Okay, let's see how we can do it again.
I have a question. Hiyo asset si ilikuwa disposed 2023, the same year that
the same year yenye ilikuwa acquired, so inamaanisha haijakuwa hapo for the whole year.
That's itakuwa there for the whole year. Hii 560, remember this 560 was part of 10,500, sivyo? Lakini wakauza 560 from this part. Ni ukweli?
Na mbona
Okay.
tumeadd?
Okay, nimewaget. So kumaanisha hii 10,500 pia kuna kitu tumemiss hapa. Sivyo?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this. What we can do, tunaweza fanya hivi. Let us start again. So wanasema the rate ni 15%. Now 15% of the initial one. So 15% multiply with, now what we can do, kwa 10,500, so not all the item kwa 10,500 was there throughout the year. Ni kweli? So tutafanyaje ndio this 560 hii, naona hii 560 ilitoka April. So between first April to 1st July, this 560 ilitumika, sivyo? Na ukumbuke we need to account for the whole year. So we need to account for the whole year. So how tuta account aje for the whole year? This 10,500 and this 560 na ndio tutoe. Or what we do, hiyo yenye iliuzwa tutoe hiyo 560 kwanza. Sivyo? In our statement. Ndio tujue yenye ilibaki itakuwa throughout the year. Is that correct? Kwanza.
Yeah.
So tuseme hivi itakuwa ni 10,500 minus 560. So itabaki 9940. Hiyo ndio ilibaki, itakuwa throughout the year. Is that correct? So hiyo itakuwa throughout the year. So tukichukua 10,500 minus 560 you are user. So if 560 yes iko throughout the year. So tuitoe kwanza tubaki na yenye tunajua already we know they will be there throughout the year. So that itakuwa ni 9940. Then we multiply with 15%. So we know that our depreciation for the year is 1491. Is that correct? Depreciation for the whole year for yenye ilibaki. Yes. Na ngoja mniambie. Mumera mkanyamaza tena. Nataka tujadiliane.
I think that is okay. So for you're supposed to do 15% times 560 times 3/12.
Times 560 times 3
Times
over 2. So that we can get the depreciation for this one that was used for those period before auze. Sivyo?
Yes.
Itakuwa ni 0.15 times 560 times 3 over 12, which is 21. So we add them together. So 1491 plus answer. Itakuwa ni 15. 1512. Is that one okay? 1512. 1512.
Yes.
Yes, that one will be okay. So sumelewa vile sasa you do, that is called the prorata. You call them the prorata. So you tuko sawa. You go to the next machine, so you consider the date. So it was there through 1st April, unaweza sema hivi, April, it was also there May, June. Then July haikuwa because it was July at the beginning. So itakuwa June, May and April. That one is correct. That one is correct. Now you can go to the last one so that we can complete the statement. The last one is motor vehicle. Motor vehicle. So that you can complete this question. Motor vehicle. Now motor vehicle. What is the rate for motor vehicle? Motor vehicle. Motor vehicle. So if you go to the question back, let's go to our question back. Now motor vehicle, the rate is 25%. So the rate is 25. The rate is 25%. You multiply with the
Mbona hujachange hapo juu? Excuse,
hapo?
mbona hujachange hapo? Hapo hiyo
Wapi
ya
hapo?
nini office equipment. Hiyo 50. Hiyo tumepata 15, 12.
Okay. Okay, so to talk about motor vehicle. Now motor vehicle initially the cost was 31,500. 31,500. Now let us see if there was any acquisition. Now let's go to our question pale juu. Now on 1st October 2023, a motor vehicle was acquired. Now remember our statement inaanza 1st April 2023 inaisha 31st March 2024. Now during the upper katikati, October, which date? 1st October 2023, there was an asset that was acquired. There was an asset that was acquired. This one is acquisition. Acquisition. And then also there was a disposal. Information number 3. Now there was on 31st March 2024. Also 31st March 2024. 31st March 2024. There was a disposal. Tuanza kujiuliza maswali. Which one was there throughout the year and which one did not survive during the year? So the first one, the cost of the motor vehicle, that 1,500, was there throughout the year from 1st April to that 1st March. Reason why? Because they added another machine. So hakuuza. Kumaanisha that 1,500 was there throughout the year. That one correct? Is that one correct?
Yes.
The machine was there throughout the year. Kwa sababu tukiangalia 1st October walinunua hawakuuza. So kumaanisha iliongezwa tu. And then waliuza on 2024. Kumaanisha on 2023 no asset was disposed. So tunasema hapa 0.25. This one was there throughout the year. Tunasema 0.25 times 31,500, 78.75. Then there was another machine that was acquired. 25% of how much? Now that machine was acquired at a cost of 4,200. 4,200. Now, how long was that machine used? Rorin, nataka Rorin unijibu hiyo. How long was that machine used? So wali acquired that 1st October 2023. So ilitumika kwa muda kiasi gani? So ilitumika from 1st October up to that 1st March 2024. So kutoka October 2023, 1st October 2023, ilitumika from 1st October 2023 mpaka that 1st March. So remember depreciation is charged on the use of the machine. So tunaangalia wakati hiyo machine ilitumika peke yake. So ilitumika from 1st October 2023 mpaka that 1st March. So how many months? How many
4.
months?
4.
Yes?
4.
Not 4. Angalia October.
6 months. 6
November.
months.
Yes, 6/12. So quite very keen with that one. So be very keen. So what will be the depreciation for
5 months.
6 months? 6 months, not from 5. There was a disposal also. Now, what was the date of disposal? When did it happen? Eh?
31st March 2024.
That's 31st March. Yes.
5 months.
So how do we treat that one? How do you treat that one? Uh-huh.
I think ni throughout the year.
It was throughout the year, so we calculate its depreciation.
Calculate its depreciation. So what was the cost of that one? Na kuna mahali naona tumefanya makosa. Hii 42 tumetoa wapi? Hii ilikuwa ni acquisition, sivyo?
Yeah.
Sawa sawa, nijaribu kuangalia kitu hapa naona kama tunasema 31st March 2024. It was disposed on which period? So the foreign currency assets during the year ended on 1st March. So that one was disposed during that first. So itakuwa sawa. So ni hivyo tu. So hiyo itatu affect because iliuzwa mwaka ikiisha, sivyo? Was sold mwaka ikiisha, hiyo ya 3500. So 3500 iliuzwa mwaka ikiisha, kumaanisha the depreciation yake si ilikuwa hapa ndani, sivyo? Ya the old year, sivyo? Yes. Yes, nasemaje? Sijakusikia. Yes. Nataka tujadiliane ndio tumalize swali. So hiyo disposal ilifanyika mwaka ikiisha. Already the depreciation that was used in that vehicle already kwa 31,500. Is that correct? Is that all correct? So that
Yeah, it's true. I think
that
it's
one is-
okay because
Yes, so
ilidisposiwa at the time it was supposed to end.
yes. Now we can get now depreciation for this one charge. So alisema as from which date? So as 2.5 to 2.5%. So this one is for the freehold. For the freehold, 2.5% as from 1st April 2023. So they said to depreciate that one, so 70 times 70,000. So itakuwa ni 2.5 times 70,000. So 2.5 over 100 times 70,000. So 1750. So there was no balance, there was no disposal for that one. So that one inakuwa hivyo. So I think that up to that point, because is the board clear on your side?
Yes.
Sawa. So we can now find the bank down to this one will be equal to 1750. So you have these ones. So inakuwa ni 20 to 30. 20 to 30 plus 10, 640 minus 700. 30, 170, 51, 10 plus 15, 12 minus 140, 64, 82. 18, 200 plus 8400 minus 350. 26 to 50. Now you need to get the net value in A minus B. Ukiandika hata in red. Mbona nimesahau? I could have write it in red. Ndio muione vizuri. So nikiandika in red, so this one is 1750. This one is 30, 170. In 64, 82. 26 to 50. I find the final figure. So the final figure, the net book value itakuwa ni The balance carried down for at the end of the period, you minus what was there as the depreciation. So 70 minus 1750, 50 to 50. 53 200, 39 170. 14 to that. 99 40 minus 64 82. 34 58. 32 200 minus 26 to 50. 59 50. You can complete the rest. Is that correct? The totals? Can you complete the totals? Can you complete the totals? Is that one possible? Find the totals?
I have a question
Yes.
for motor vehicle.
Motor vehicle, yes.
The initial cost was 31,500, but the
Uh-huh.
disposal cost was 3,500. We were supposed to subtract, to deduct
Yes.
31,500 minus 3,500 for that year.
For that year. So when did they dispose it? So haitakuwa at the end of the year, sivyo? Because ilifanyika during the year, sivyo?
Ilikuwa the end of the year.
Yeah, waliuza the same year, sivyo?
Ilimaliza the same year.
So kumaanisha we need to list this one here as ngapi? Minus
3,500.
3,500.
Yeah.
Itakuwa 0.25 times 31,500 minus 3,500 yenye iliuzwa, sivyo? Yes. But it still ilitumika for the whole year. Okay, acha tuone 7,000. This one will be equal to 7,000. Then the total will be equal to 75. 25. Then we change to 75. Do you agree with him, with her? Do you agree with her? Yeah, that one can also make sense.
Sasa tumededuct 3500 kwa nini?
Kwa sababu it was disposed in 2024.
Oh yeah,
Let
it
me
will
see.
make sense then. Because ka ilikuwa disposed at 31st ambayo ilikuwa ni ending of the year na ilikuwa ni hiyo 3500. So inaweza, yeah, tikana.
Inaweza kuwa hivyo, sivyo? And then we accommodate for 4,200 that was used for the 6 months. Okay, that one is fine. So you change this one.
Hizo amelichanganya.
You change this one. So this person you less. That's what they say. So 18,200. Yes.
Okay, excuse me sir. Si basi kama ni kudeduct hizo za disposal, si pia plant and machinery tunge deduct.
Plant and machinery. Plant and machinery we deducted. Where is it? Plant and machinery. Plant and machinery.
Like from the house.
So how did we do for plant and machinery? Remember, plant and machinery was disposed on 1st April. Sivyo?
Yeah.
Actually, you are not supposed to deduct because if we deduct, what about the depreciation yake? So got to depreciation, sivyo? For the whole year. Is that correct? For this, that 500. Yes.
I'm not getting why we are deducting hiyo that 500 juu iliuza at the end of year, si ndio? So ni kumaanisha
Yes.
hiyo nini yake depreciation iko part of that nini depreciation
Of this-
ya hiyo 500.
So the depreciation of the 500 is already here. during the whole year,
Yeah.
sivyo? So we're not supposed to let. Yes, that one, I think that one is correct. Yes, yes. So kindly change now. So that 500 was disposed at the end of the year, meaning that the 500 was used during the whole year before the end of the year, and therefore we need to account for the depreciation of that amount of that item before it was sold. Is that correct?
Yeah. I think so.
So itakuwa tu ndani, so iko ndani, then we shall remove this amount in the next coming financial year. Is that correct? So in the next financial year, that is in the year 2025, from 1st April 2025, we shall remove the 500 now, so that itakuwa from 1st April up to the end. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. So 78, 75. So you add them together. So we remain with 8400. So we remain with 8400. Then you can complete the rest. Is that correct? You can complete the rest. Can you complete the rest? Uko sawa hadi hapo? Let us go to page 84. Let us go to page 84. Let us go to page 84 of the same sitting. Page 84. Page 84. Page 84. Umefika page 84? Yes. Page 84. So, naye tusomea. Naye tusomea hiyo swali. Ana umeunmute tusomee. Jambi.
Okay, saa sijui mbona yangu haileti maswali.
Maswali kivipi?
Iko blank. Like 84 iko blank.
Ndio nimepresent mpaka kama unaona inaonekana.
Let me see.
Can you see my board on my screen? Yes.
The following information relates. So I can't see. Okay. The following information relates to the non-current assets of Jirani Mwema Limited as at 1st October 2016. So non-current assets, freehold property at cost 35,000, accumulated depreciation is 0. Plant and machinery at cost is 26,250. Accumulated depreciation is 10,115. Office equipment at cost it's 5250, and then accumulated depreciation is 2,555. Motor vehicle at cost 15,750. Accumulated depreciation is 9,100. Additional information. The following non-current assets were acquired during the year ended 30th September 2017. On 1st October 2016, machinery cost that 500. 1st April 2017, motor vehicle cost 2,100. Second, the following non-current assets were disposed of during the year ended 30th September 2017. On 1st October 2016, non-current assets, machinery says proceed 2415 at cost that at 150, accumulated depreciation 350. On 1st January 2017, non-current assets was office equipment, sales proceeds 224, cost 280, accumulated depreciation 70. On 30th September 2017, non-current assets was motor vehicle, sale proceeds 1120, at cost 1750, accumulated depreciation was 175. Jirani Mwema Limited depreciates the assets using the straight line method on a pro rata basis at the following rates per annum. Non-current assets, plant and machinery, rate per annum 20%, office equipment 15%, motor vehicles 25%. On 1st October 2016, the management of Jirani Mwema Limited decided to start depreciating freehold property at the rate of 2.5% per annum. Required non-current asset movement schedule for the year ended 30th September 2017.
Thank you very much. Let us do it together. Let's do this question together. Now, you can see there. So you have the cost. So inside the cost from the our
Excuse, ni mwaka gani hiyo?
this is the question for November 2017. There you have June, November 2017, question number 1C. So November 2017. Question number 1C, stika inaonekana. November 2017, question number 1C. So I hope you have the question now on your side. Make sure you open it. So hiyo sasa tunaifanya haraka sana. Tunaimaliza with no time. So November 2017, question is question number 1C. November 2017, question is question number 1C.
So I'm not getting why my page is blank.
Unaweza cancel then you nini? Unaweza cancel alafu join tena.
Wani hata sasa. Wani hata
Yes, umeweza kufungua. The rest, is it opening on your side? Rosalind?
Yeah, I have the question.
Inafungua?
Yes.
Inafungua, just open the PDF and then page 84.
So open the PDF page 84 as advised. Now let me clear the board so that we can you see the board? Is it visible?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, let me clear the board as we wait for your item to open. You can open with another opener if that one is not working.
It's good now. You may open.
Okay, we move on now. So give me the cost. We start with freehold. So give me the cost for freehold. So, but you need now first, before even we continue, we need to check the date at the beginning and the date at the end. So what is the beginning of this financial year? When does it end? When does this financial year end? So wanatuambia pale June, 1st October. So it ends at 30th September 2017. 30th September 2016. So inaisha 30th September 2017, not 16. 2017. So kama inaisha hapo, when does it start? So inaisha 30th September 2017. So mwaka inaanza wakati gani? First
October 2016.
yes. Mwaka inaisha inaanza hapo. That one is correct. Now once you umepata hiyo, now let's put the information as it is in terms of cost. So na pick cost only. So freehold, I can see it is that 5,000. Is that correct? 35,000. Haya, tunasonga mbele kama injiri. Plant machinery. Plant machinery is 26 to 50. Tunasonga mbele kama injiri. Next, office equipment 5250. Tunasonga mbele. Motor vehicle 15,750. 15,750. Then total. So if you add the total, you shall get 82,250. Hadi hapo tuko sawa? Up to that point, are we okay? Ledisha, umenyamaza sana leo. Leo ubongi. Ledisha, uko sawa hadi hapo?
Niko sawa.
Aya, tusonge mbele. Do you have additions? Do we have any additions? Yes. Okay, someone kama ametaipa ama. So the sitting is November. Rorin, umepata sitting? Rorin anauliza sitting. Umepata? Rorin unauliza sitting day hapa. Umeiona? Hapo juu. Can you see it? Sawa. So we move on. So tumesema plant and machinery, that one is okay. Okay, we are looking for additions. So do you have any additions during the year? And you mark the date. But for when you're preparing the schedule, don't consider the date. So when you are preparing the schedule, don't consider the date. Don't consider the dates. But when you are preparing the depreciation, you need to consider the date. And that is what we call the pro rata basis. So when you see the word pro rata basis, it means that you need to consider the date that that asset was acquired or disposed. Now, we have an addition of machinery of 3,500. So machinery, we have 3,500. That is information number one. Then you have addition of motor vehicle of 2,100. So 2,100. The rest, we don't have any additions. So the rest, there was no any addition. Total, the total will be equal to 5,600. 5,600. 5,600. Disposal. We had in disposal, yes, information about we had a disposal. Now, for this one, you don't consider the date, you just take it the way it is. Now, we had a machinery, a disposal at cost of 3,150. Machinery, 3,150. 3,150. I hope you can see that 3,150. We have office equipment 280. Office equipment, we have 280. 280. Then we have a motor vehicle at cost. It was disposed at which cost? 1,750. Total, when you add them together, I think you shall get 5,180. There was no any revaluation or reclassification. There was none in that case. Now you can get the balance carried down. This one will be equal to 35,000. So you add these items. So you add these one items. Add them. So 52 EO plus EO. 250 minus 280, 4970. Imeruka hii. Hiyo itakuwa 26,600. 26,600. Motor vehicle 16,100. 16,100 after Magena 82, 670. Is that one correct? Is that one correct? Now, accumulated depreciation, we go back to our question pale June. This one did not have any accumulated depreciation kama kawaida. The first one freehold, but we had accumulated depreciation for equipment pale June. If you go back, the 10,115. Can you see it? Is everyone seeing the accumulated depreciation? Yes. Pale June, tukianza at cost. You remember the accumulated depreciation? Can you see it?
Yes.
What will be the for office accumulated depreciation for office? Tujibu haraka ndio tusonge. Unajua the more mnajibu haraka the more tunamaliza hii topic haraka. The more mnajibu polepole the more tutamaliza financial accounting. Syllabus ndio itafika hata tujamaliza topic mbili. Tutakuwa tumekuwa bibi ya topic moja. So the more you unajibu haraka the more tunasonga haraka. So accumulated depreciation for this one
2555.
next. Motor vehicle
9100.
Total unaweza wapatia ni 21,770. This one we need a working, so naweka star for now. So division charge for the year, that one we need a working, so I'll put a star. Let us look for division for disposal. Now, the first one, there was no any disposal for freehold, so you are enough. Do we had a disposal for plant? Yes, we had a disposal for this one. We need to compute that one disposal. Now, for machinery ni ngapi? Machinery? Machinery? Accumulated depreciation for machinery? Pale chini, information number 2.
$350.
350. Kutoka office equipment. Office equipment, naona kulikuwa na disposal. Kumaanisha kuna accumulated depreciation.
$70.
Yes.
70.
70. Do you know how to calculate this accumulated depreciation tunaongelea kwanza? Do you know how to calculate these items? Juu tumepatiwa, what if in an exam hujapatiwa? What do we do to? Mtapatia swali yenye mjapatiwa. And then mufanye nione kama mtapata. So 350, 70 na 175. Total 595. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now let us start with the depreciation. So at the first one, freehold. Walisema from 1st October 2016 watakuwa na depreciate the PPE at rate of 2.5%. So itakuwa throughout the year kwa sababu nothing was changed when we talk about this item. So how much will the depreciation be for freehold? This one is for freehold. For freehold. Inakuja ngapi? 2.5 for 100 times 35,000. 875. Are you getting that one? Is that all correct? Then you add the 3. Itakuwa 875. Is that one correct? So we do for this one. Next is plant and machinery. So we plant and machinery now. So we need to consider the dates. So plant and machinery. Plant and machinery. Now, ukiangalia plant and machinery, if you go back to our question, the rate for plant and machinery is 20%. 20% times. Now, let us consider the date. Now, we have the cost as 26 to 50. Now, we need to consider the acquisition and disposal. We had this acquisition and disposal. Now, when did acquisition occurred? So they acquired another machine at that 500. So it was acquired at the beginning of the year, so we can just add it because it was there throughout the year. Then they also disposed a machinery at that 150, same dates at the beginning of the year. So hii iko sawa, hii ni direct that 150. So that one is fine. Hiyo unaifanya direct hivyo ama ufanye kando kando. So utafanya depreciation ya huyu na ya ule afu but ya ule mwisho lazima uless ama ufanye hivyo direct because zote ziliokaa during the same day. So 26 to 50 plus that 500 minus that 150 times 0.2 is 320. Ama unaweza amua ufanye lingine ya kando or unaweza amua uchukue 20% times 26 to 50 times 12 over 12, then 20% times 3500. It was acquired also at the beginning of the year, 12 over 12. Then you less ya mwisho 20% times 3150 times 12 over 12. So hii ya mwisho na less. Then utapata 53 20. Utapata 53 20. That one correct? Hiyo inakuwa sawa. Utapata the same as 53 20. So kumbuke hapo uta less huyu wa mwisho. Tuko sawa hadi hapo? 26 to 50. Hii ni 52 50. Haya. $700 and then ya mwisho that 150. 630. Okay, less so 5250 plus 700 minus 630. So 5320. Is that one correct?
Yes.
Yes.
5320. So tumalizie itakuwa ngapi? So 10115 plus answer minus 350. 15085. That one correct? Let's ingia office equipment. Office equipment. Office equipment. So office equipment. Haya. Let us see the office equipment. Now for office equipment, the cost, the depreciation is 15%. Now, when was the asset acquired? So the first one is acquired throughout the year, which is 5250. 5250. Now let's consider now the date of the others. Now, office equipment, there was no acquisition. There was no acquisition for this office equipment, but on 1st July, on 1st January, there was a disposal. On 1st January, there was a disposal of office equipment of 280. So kumaanisha this 280 was there from which period? Yes. From 1st October back 1st January. You know how many period 2017? How many period kutoka 1st October back 1st January 2017?
3 months.
3 months. So ilitumika for many months? 3 months only, sivyo? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. 3 months.
So kwanza tutoe hiyo 280 hapa. Kwa sababu haikuwa throughout the year. Ni kweli? Tuitoe kwanza hapo kwa sababu kutumika the whole year kitu ya kwanza. Is that correct? Yes.
True.
Minus 280. So itakuwa ni rate ni itakuwa ni 745. And then now we consider the item, the period was used. So to 80, it was used for how many period? 12. That one correct? That one calculate office equipment. Sivyo? Let's calculate 0.15 times 280 times 3 over 12. October, November, December, yes. So itakuwa ni 10.5. What is the total depreciation for the year? 745.5 plus answer. So 756.
I have
756.
a question.
Yes.
Mbona tufanye mara mbili hiyo 280? Tuitoe hapo juu ya kumaliza 1 year na bado tukuje tuicalculate tena ya 3 months.
Unaona hii asset waliuser sivyo?
Yeah.
Waliuser Januari sivyo? Kumaanisha ukijua depreciation ya hii asset itumika for only 3 months. Ni kweli?
Yeah.
Nataka ujibu haraka.
Yes.
So itumika for only 3 months. Kumaanisha kitu ya kwanza lazima tukalculate depreciation ya hii machine before iuzwe. So ilitumika, so it 280, it is part of 5250. Ni kweli?
Yeah.
Now, but remember in 5250, tukichukua 15% of 5250 times 12 over 12 without considering 280, ni kumaanisha tutakuwa tumechukua depreciation for the whole year, including the 280. Ni kweli?
Yeah.
So we need to remove first on this 280 kwa hapa, ndio tupate the depreciation yenye itakuwa the whole year from 1st October to 31st without the disposal, kwa sababu tukipotoa ni kumaanisha tutakalculate depreciation for the machines including the one that was disposed during the year. So lazima tuitoe kwanza ndio tupate depreciation for the year ya the machine yenye already tuko nayo, the available machine. So 280 hayuko as the year ends. So lazima tuitoe. So that's why tunasema tunaitoa hapa ndio tukalculate depreciation for the whole year ya machine yenye imekuwa for the whole year. Then tukishatoa hiyo 280, we need to compute the depreciation. Tukitoa, we have not considered the depreciation of this machine. Tukitoa, tukiamua kutoa this 280 kwa 250, we have not considered the depreciation for the year for this 280. So we need to calculate the depreciation for the year for this machine for the year. But remember, it was not used for the whole year. It was only used for only 3 months. So we consider the 3 months that was used Africa uzwa. That's what tunakafanya kando kando. That is we cannot do it mara moja. We cannot. We need to consider that depreciation. That's what tunaifanya kando kando.
Na ingekuwa ilikuwa used for 1 year.
Kama ingekuwa for 1 year, this 280.
Yeah.
Kama dispose hapa hivi atungetoa tungefanya 15% of 250. Na sorry naishia hapo. Kwa sababu ilikuwa the whole year. Ilikuwa 15% of 250 na inaishia hapo. Hakuna ku minus. Kama iliuzwa at the end of the year. Lakini kama iliuzwa hapo katikati, you need to consider the depreciation yenye itumika before mwaka ishe. Is that okay? And hiyo 756.
Yeah, it's okay.
Haya, tumalizia ya mwisho, motor vehicle. Motor vehicle. So nivute hii. Motor vehicle. Naona mambo ni rahisi. The vehicle. So this will be the last question. The rest of the question tutakuja kupatana. Tutakuja kufanya tukipatana. Tunasema what? What are we saying? Motor vehicle. Now, what I say for the motor vehicle? Now, motor vehicle, the depreciation rate for motor vehicle is 25%. So the motor vehicle, the cost is 750. Now we need to consider the period for disposal and acquisition. So did you have any additions? Yes. We have some additions. Let us see. Now there was an addition for motor vehicle of 2100. What was the period? 1st April. 1st April. 1st April, that is 1st April 2017. Now, how long did they use this asset? From October to April. How many months? So October, November, December, January, February, March. 6 months. Is that correct? 6 months. Is that correct? Yes.
Yes.
So tunasema this one was kwa sababu hii kuuzwa. Okay, tunasema hivi 25%. Tuachane kwanza na hiyo cost initially. Tukuje kwa hii. So ilikuwa cost yake ilikuwa ngapi? Ndio hapa 2100. But it was used for only 6. So it was acquired at which time? 6/12. So kumaanisha ilitumika from, so haikutumika. Okay, no, you'll be very keen. Haikutumika kutoka 1st October to April. Ilitumika from 1st April to September 2017. Is that not correct? So hapa haikukua. The asset hapa haikukua. Kumaanisha hapa no depreciation. So between 1st October to 1st April, the asset was not there. Haikuwa imenunuliwa. Correct or not correct? Yes. Correct or not correct? Priscilla, correct or not correct?
Yeah, correct.
Now from first, so this asset was used from 1st April to 30th September. Now how many months? So I mean, 6 months. So it was used from 1st April to September, only 6 months. So we need the time which it was used. So it's 0.25 times 2100 times 6/12. So it was used for 6 months. So the division is 262.5. Now you need to consider first the disposal, the period for disposal.
Excuse me,
Yeah.
sir.
Yes.
Ni 6 months ama ni 5 months?
Let us count together. So from 1st April to September, that is September. So tuanze April, May, June, July, August, September. Now September, ukiangalia September, watuambia September at the end. So kumaanisha September yote iko ndani. So ni 6 months. Are you okay with that?
Yes.
Sawa. So that one is 262.5. Now, before we do for the first one, we need to consider the disposal. Now, when was this motor vehicle disposed? Now, the motor vehicle was disposed on 30th September 2017. It was disposed at the end of the year. Do you need to consider it? No. Is that correct? Do you need to consider it? The answer is no. Is that correct? So you don't consider that one because it was there at the end of the year. Then you add the total. So plus 262.5. So 4,200 is our depreciation. So 4,200. Now find this figure. So tuanze na huyu 255 plus 756 minus 70. 255 plus 756 minus 70 is 3241. 3241. 9100 plus 4200 minus 175 ni ngapi? 13125. 13125. Total. So we have this total here. 32,326. Level 151. 21,770. Iko sawa. 21,770. Now, for you to get the value of net book value inakuwa the difference between this one and this one. So 35,000 minus 875 is 34,125. 34,125. 11,515. 17, 29. Prepare to answer. 29, 75, 50, 344. That one marks the end of our class today. That one marks the end of our class today. So when we meet the next class, so when we meet the next class, this is what we shall come and do. So we have a long way to go so that we can finish the PPE. So we shall meet and do number one, asset account. When we meet, we shall do asset account. Number two, provision for depreciation for the assets. Provision for depreciation of assets. Then we shall also do disposal account. Disposal account. I think tufanye hizo tatu tutakuwa sawa. So tutafanya asset account, provision for depreciation account, and disposal account That one is all for that one. So I wish you all the best as you keep on revising. So make sure you follow what we are doing, because it is that we shall find in exam. So any question up that point? Any question? Was the board clear throughout the class period? Rosrin, was the board clear throughout the class?
Yeah, the board was clear. So, sir, any question to calculate PPEs, we just apply the same formula, like the same format.
For the movement, yes. If they ask you to give the non-current asset movement schedule, that is the format. But we have other accounts that we need to prepare. So we shall prepare those accounts in our next class. We shall do a question that has those questions. So when we have asset account, we can also prepare these accounts from this information. So all the information required for to prepare this account, already we have them here. So nitafanya swali moja and then nitawaambia sasa from this swali tumefanya, the other one for 2024, you prepare as an assignment. So that one is all about it for today. So we meet tomorrow.